Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Rihannah's World TV. And today we are going to discuss and learn how to use the Fenty Galaxy Palette. So if this sounds like a tutorial that would interest you, please keep watching. So I went on Friday, the 13th, to the local Sephora inside the JCPenney's back home where my mom stays. Because I felt like that was the best option to try and get this Fenty palette. So anyway, I went and I did some shopping, quite a bit of shopping, and I got the entire line. So we're gonna start off with the Fenty palette itself. The palette is beautiful, okay? First off, you have to know that this is a glitter shimmer palette. This has no mattes in it and no satins in it. It's all glitters, okay? And it has been loved because I have been playing in it. First off, I want to say that all of the packaging outside, as well as the packaging itself, the hard packaging, it's all color coordinated in their color theme, which is very much an iridescent play on colors, kind of like an oil slick. For me, it reminds me of a Mystic Garnet. Just the color shift is just really, really pretty. And it's rainbow effect, or like I said, oil slick. Very, very beautiful. It has the name Fenty Beauty and it's written in a rose gold color. So she kind of has this pinky blush, rosy, golden color theme throughout all of her products so far, because we know the match sticks and such with the foundation that came out. Even though it's in a clear bottle, it has that nice blushy pink rosy color, and so this just kind of plays along with it. Now the outside packaging is absolutely gorgeous. It has Fenty on it that is embossed with rose gold glitter. Like I said, absolutely gorgeous. Now I'm going to show you the colors. And like I said, this palette has been loved. Oh, one more thing, like a disclaimer. This palette, just the material, the sheen on it and everything, it picks up fingerprints, okay? But it's easy to clean. Microfiber towel. If you don't have a microfiber towel, use an old t-shirt and you can get those fingerprints off, because it's just the natural oils of your hand. So you get a very nice mirror with this palette, and the colors are absolutely gorgeous. Now I know you can Google Fenty Beauty Galaxy Palette and you can get all of the swatches, so I really wasn't going to do swatches of all of the eyeshadows, but for this look here, I just wanted you guys to know that I am using Sunburst, which I'm using towards the inner cantula of my eyelid, and then I also used Sublime. Let's see, is that Sublime? I also use Sublime. Sublime is the one that I used that is in the middle. And then I used Light Year. Light Year will fool you. Light Year is almost like fool's gold. I don't know if you guys have ever seen pyrite, but it looks like it's gold, but if you are to crush it up or whatever, it's black. So this color, although it looks like it's gold, it's actually a black with gold hints to it. Very, very beautiful. And I use that here on the outer corner of my eye. I also used Milky Way here in the innermost corner of my inner cantula. Okay, so those are the colors that I used for this particular look, and I hope you guys can really see that look, because it is really, really gorgeous. I am really impressed. I have to tell you though, if you have never worked with glitters, then it takes a little bit of work, but you know, old school, if we wore eyeshadow, it's only until the last maybe 10 years or so that you have seen so many palettes and eyeshadows that are just straight up matte. Most eyeshadows from when I was coming up, it had you know, a satiny sheen to it. It was a satin metallic type of eyeshadow. It was shiny, it was glitzy, but there was no glitter in it like there is glitter here. So if you work with those types of eyeshadows, you can work with glitter too. It's just tweaking it a little bit, which means with glitter, you think about it, if you're doing arts and crafts and you use glitter, you can't just sprinkle glitter on paper and hope that it'll stick. You've got to have some kind of adherent to it, okay? But if you're working with chalk paints, or if you're working with chalk itself, it's a powder, right? So powder, it'll get on your hands, on your shirt, everything, and it'll stick. So what you have to think about when you're working with this particular palette is you have the pigments, which would be the chalk, and then you have the glitter. So if you have them mixed together and you're painting with that, the only way you're going to get the glitter to stick is if you have some type of adhesive. So this adhesive can be water, it can be spray primer, it can be liquid medium that you use, like mixing medium, and here is an example of some mixing liquid that you can use, and this is an example of a mixing medium which I picked up at Walgreens, what, 3 days ago, right here, and it's in a gel form, real quick and easy. I think it was between $3 to $5. I can't remember the exact price, but I picked this up at Walgreens because they have an NYX kiosk, if you will, inside their store. So I'm pretty sure it's in most Walgreens now. But you can use something simple like this, which is what I used in the tutorial. And in the tutorial, you will see that I moistened my brush with a makeup wipe. It's a liquid, right? We take our makeup off with the liquid in there, and that's how I adhered most of these colors. And you see the glitter is popping. Very much so. So just when you're doing your makeup, just think about, you know, you're beating your face, you're artistically creating, okay? So I just kind of want to let you ladies and gentlemen know that you don't have to be afraid of makeup, especially when something new and trendy comes out and you're thinking, well, you know, I'm too old for that. No, you're not. Would you wear this every day? No, you wouldn't. Somebody younger might, you know, somebody in their teens would, definitely, because it would be their palette, and so they would be playing in the makeup, learning how to use this new tool, okay? Because that's kind of what it is for us ladies, you know. It's a tool to help us get our jobs, get our husbands, our boyfriends, and it's also a tool just to make us feel better, because for the most part, women don't need makeup. You know, we just like it. So, you know, there you go. So enough on that. They also came out with a brush, okay? And I did not use my brush because I forgot I bought it. And I have so many makeup brushes, but this is my second time filming this particular tutorial because the first look I wanted to do was a drastic purple look, and I just couldn't get it together with what I had. So I had to go out and buy another palette. Well, I ordered it online and it came in, because you know I love getting packages in the mail. And so I was able to create this look with the right purples. That's something else. So I'm gonna try and do like a color theory for makeup to kind of help anybody that's interested, as well as help myself, because even if you have a palette that has different color purples in it, there's undertones and there's different scales of purple, because if you have a palette like I did that was a lot of purples with a gray undertone, it just didn't do well or do anything for the look. So I had to change it up a bit. But anyway, this is the makeup brush, and so as you can see, you have a bigger, fluffier side. Okay, and then you have another side. Now this side, I would consider this to be a packer, where you would dip into the product and you would pack the eyeshadow on top, whereas this one, it would be more of a smudger. And if that's what you want to do on your lower lash line, especially if you're going to use their liquid liners, because their liquid liners pack a surprise, and they definitely pack a punch. I don't know if you guys can see this here because I've just finished doing my makeup, so I've got makeup on, but here's one of the eyeliners here and I used it in my look. I don't know if you can tell I used it on my eyelids exactly, but I also used that color on my lips. So if it looks like, what did she do? She looks so ashy. It's not ash, it's actually the glitter, because this will release its glitter once it's dried and you rub it, and it goes from that blushy tone to a beautiful gold color. And so that's what I've just kind of done here with my lip, and I really hope that you guys can see that. And I think it looks really cute. At first I had it by itself, and the lippies, and it just looked like I had an ashy ring around my mouth. So I went back and I underlined it, so now I have a double lined lip, but I underlined it with a more rosy color. Now you can do that with a different color if you choose, you know, whatever, because remember, after all, we are just playing in makeup. At least that's what I'm doing, and learning about these new technologies that they're using, because, you know, this whole entire holiday collection, glitter. Everything is about glitter. Glitter, glitz, glamour, shine. So let's go into those 3 eyeliners. And the first one is called Neptune. And this is the one that I have used actually to line my lash line, top and bottom. So I'm gonna swatch that here. Now we've got to let everything dry, okay? So that's Neptune. Then the next color that I'm gonna use and swatch is Alien Bay. Alien Bay is a very, very pretty, very deep color, like extremely deep. Let me shake this up. And I like the color itself too. So if you look at that, one looks slightly lighter than the other, and that's because this one has the blue glitter shift and the other one has more of the green glitter shift. And then I'm gonna go ahead and swatch her again. She's called Later Crater, and that's the beige. Okay, so Later Crater, this is the beigey, pinky tone. It's a nude color basically, and it's really, really pretty. Get a little extra light in there. And so I'm having to recreate this because I had a technical difficulty obviously with the camera. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys that. Now this particular color, if you really look good at my lips, you'll see that I actually used this color to line my lips. And it turned out really pretty once I rubbed it and released the glitter. The issue was it looked like I had a little bit of an ashy ring on the top. It looked really pretty on the bottom, but on the top it just kind of looked ashy. So I went ahead and I took a darker color red and just kind of underlined or double lined my lip just to give it that double line effect. So that's that. Next, I just wanted to go over the lip colors. Now the lip color that I'm actually wearing is Super Moon, and it's a very beautiful color. The problem with it is and I'm not gonna swatch all of the lippies, okay? The problem is, when I thought it was much nuder than what it actually is, it's a tangerine color because it has the gold in it. So I just kind of wanted to show that to you guys. So for that reason, I decided to go with a darker lip gloss as a topper to help change the color. But it's very, very beautiful, but it looked tangerine on my lips, and so that was the reason why I didn't feel it went as well with the gold liner with the Later Crater, and so I went a little bit darker. The next lip color is called Supernova, and it is a gorgeous, gorgeous lilac, almost like orchid color. Very, very pretty. This is a color that I see more for baby girl to wear than for me to wear, but I still could rock that color if I chose to. Then The next color is called Gravity, and it's very pretty. All of them are very pretty, so I don't have to keep repeating myself. This one's a fuchsia color, and it has like hot pink lip glitter in it. Very, very pretty, and I hope you guys can see that. I would definitely wear this color. And last but not least is Sci-Fi. I think Sci-Fi is the darkest color in the collection, and it is so beautiful because it is like a true cranberry with, you've got gold in here and you've got a purple in here as far as the glitters, the reflex, just really, really beautiful. And one thing I can say about these lipsticks is that they're very moisturizing and hydrating. They're not drying at all whatsoever. Now we come to the glosses. And the gloss that I'm wearing on top of Supermoon is Astronauty. Look how pretty that color is. Gorgeous. And all of these lip glosses match all of the colors of the lipsticks, just to let you know. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put a little bit of Astronauty there, and then here I'm gonna place a little bit because this is the look that I actually went for on my lips, and it's really, really pretty. All of the lip glosses, which are just like the Fenty Gloss Bomb, they have that same vanilla note to it as far as the smell. Very moisturizing on the lip, just really nice. Now this color, which is like a orchid color, is called Gal on the Moon. It's very pretty too. All of them are, but this one you can really see that orchid color. And look how opaque these lip glosses are. You could wear these lip glosses totally by themselves, or you can use it with your favorite lipstick as a topper or something to change it up because it is glitter. It's just really, really beautiful. They have thought of this collection very well, if you ask me, and I say that because the girls that were helping me in the store, this is Platonic Relationship. They were all of different nationality and races, okay? And they were wearing all of these colors of lipsticks, okay? There were no African Americans there that morning when I went, and it looked beautiful. There was an Asian Indian, there was a Hispanic young lady, and there was a Caucasian young lady, very fair, blonde hair, blue eyes, and she actually was wearing the I think this is Astronauty she was wearing, and it was beautiful on her. So I got to see these colors on 3 different ethnicities, if you will, and it was absolutely gorgeous. Now here's the last one, and this one is called Spacesuit, and if you look at Spacesuit, it's the exact match of the lip color. I don't know why I can't remember these names. Supermoon. So Supermoon and Spacesuit are exact matches. It's just beautiful. Just beautiful. And I love that pink and gold shift that is in the glitter in this particular lip gloss. I also love the size of the lip glosses. Very much, I feel you get your money's worth, because on these you get 0.34 ounces. So it's 97 mLs, almost 100 mLs. So that's pretty good if you ask me. So these are the swatches that I'm going to share with you, and just like I was saying before, the smell is wonderful. It's the same formula as the Gloss Bomb. Very moisturizing on the lips. It doesn't get sticky. You can see the color payoff, that you can wear this gloss by itself as a lip color and it will be banging. It is very, very pigmented, very opaque, just really, really pretty. Those colors are all really pretty. This one would be the one that I would wear the least on its own. I would always use this one probably as a topper. I do not see myself using that as a color on its own, but I do like the lipstick color, okay? But it has to be with a different eye. This eye just by itself, it just wasn't working for me anyway, especially since I chose that particular liner. But I want to show you guys the color shift of the liners once you rub them, and you can use a brush to do that too. I want you guys to just see that color shift, which I'm sure you've seen it on all of the other tutorials, but just look how beautiful those colors are. Beautiful. And so you can definitely see on my lip that gold shift from the liner that I used on my lip. Just really, really pretty. So now we're going to go ahead and go into the tutorial so I can show you how I came up with this look. So keep watching.
Okay everyone, I'm going to show you the 7-piece Smoky Eye Essentials brush set, as well as the Midnight Affair 16 color eyeshadow palette that I got from BH Cosmetics. And I'm going to start out with MAC's Paint Pot in Laying Low with an Eco Tools brush to get it started and mute out my eyes. And I'm just going to continue using this Eco Tools brush in which to apply that paint pot. I really like how that color mutes out my eyes and gives it a nice base for eyeshadows to stand out on, but without looking too grayscale or ashy. So here I showed you the color that I wanted to start with, which was a brown purple color. And then I'm going to go back in and intensify it with the purple color that was just above it. Now this particular palette, which is the Midnight Affair palette from BH Cosmetics, I believe was the freebie for spending $100, because when I went to go and put a link for this particular palette in the description box, I could not locate it anywhere. It was nowhere to be found on the BH Cosmetics site, but that is where this particular palette came from, and I just got this in the mail this week. Now I'm going to go back into that palette and choose the lightest color that they have so that I can pay attention and draw attention to my brow bone. So I'm just using a very fine tipped brush to go in and add a little bit of highlight to my brow bone. Again, I do think that this palette is a promotional item, and that's the reason why I couldn't locate it. But after I've done that, I'm going to be going back into the Galaxy palette, which I'm showing you here, and I'm going to start utilizing the NYX Media Gel. So with that NYX Media, mixed media, I'm going to go ahead and apply that to my eyelid. I'm going to moisten my finger with a makeup wipe, and I'm going to go into this beautiful palette, and I'm starting off with first color, which happens to be one of the sheer tones. In the pan it looks like it's richly pigmented, but when you swatch it, it is not. It is a sheer wash of color, but it's so gorgeous. And the next color I'm going into, which is on the pinky side, it's called I think it's called Sunburst. It's very, very pigmented, this one is, so it didn't take very much. And next I'm going to be going into the color that I like to call Fool's Gold, because initially that pan looked gold, and once I dipped into it I could see the black. I think it's called Starstruck, but it's a beautiful color. All of the colors in the palette are beautiful, but my suggestion is, if you purchase this Galaxy palette, you really need to swatch every color so that you can be aware of how pigmented the color is, or if it's one of the sheer washes of pigment. And now I'm just using Milky Way to give my inner Canthala fold a nice pop of color. Now that we have the top of my eye completed, we're going to go ahead and work on my lower lash line. And I'm going to go into both of the colors, the darker brown purple as well as the deeper purple, and go in and just smoke out my lower lash line. Carefully though, because you don't want to get this in your eye. So now as you can just see, I am working on my lower lash line, and there I will be using both colors that I used on my top eyelid, the darker brownish purple and the purple. And there's Boo Bear. He just needed to come in and speak, wave to you guys. He really enjoys being on camera. So I'm just finishing up my eye look with the eyeshadows, and I'm going to attempt to do a little trick where it flips from one screen where I have my eyeshadow done, and now I only have my foundation on and have a full face except for the eyeliners and lips. So the first eyeliner I'm going into is Nip Turned, and I'm just going to use that to line my top lashes, or excuse me, my top lash line. And there's going to be a little bit of an overdraw, and it's just because, you know, as time and gravity occurs with us as we mature, our skin on our eyes will start to droop down a little bit, and so that's kind of what's happening with me. Hopefully it won't droop too bad, but there's always plastic surgery if it does. Alright, so here I'm showing you Supermoon, and I'm also going to use the eyeliner on my lips called Later Crater. It's the blushy tone, and I'm basically just going to line my lips with it and then fill it in with the lipstick. I'm showing you what it looks like. It's real funny. I do like the way these eyeliners have this special glitter effect when you manipulate it. Again, I'm showing you the name. It's called Later Crater. And that is the blushy toned eyeliner that I'm actually using on my lips. Now, I will say this, even though I love that glitter effect, for that particular lip color, it just made my outer line of my lip look ashy at the top. At the bottom, that glitter was popping and looked great. I didn't like how it looked on the top though, because I have such small lips for my face. At least I think I have small lips for my face. So I ended up going over it, well actually underneath it, with a regular liner just to help the whole lip look come together. So now you see I'm just going in right at the very beginning of the lower lash line, inner Canthala area, and using that same eyeliner. And I really liked that effect as well, because it really made my eyes look bright and shiny. So with this particular definer brush, that's what I'm going to call it, I'm just going through and rubbing out the eyeshadows so that I can have the glitter effect. You see me doing it on the lip, and you see how it just changed to straight up gold glitter, just really beautiful. So I'm doing it as well to my top lip, and deciding that maybe I need a little something extra, so you guys will see that coming up. So I'm just starting to apply Supermoon to my lips, and when I rolled it up I noticed that it wasn't exactly the nude that I was expecting. It was more of a tangerine color. So, excuse me, it didn't look as great as I wanted it to with that lip liner. And so you can kind of see in my face, I'm like, well, and figuring out exactly what it is that I'm going to do, which I'll add one of the darker lip toppers to it, the lip gloss as a topper. And I'm showing that to you there. I believe it's Astronauty. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of that, which is absolutely gorgeous. And it brings the color to life. It tells the color story of the eyeshadows that were chosen. It just made this look complete. So in a little bit you'll see me add the lip liner underneath the eyeliner to really pull the look together. Just going back in on the eyes here, rubbing, releasing the glitter. And you can tell that I'm still thinking something's quite missing, and so I'm just doing my eyelashes, since I have eyelash extensions, just separating them because I got eyeliner on them. And you will see that's my little technique to separate and lift, because they will get crazy on you sometimes. So I believe this is the part where, yeah, that is the reddish lip liner from China that I got like on a Groupon deal. I got a big load of different colored lip pencils, so I'm just using that one to outline my lips here. And this is what's gonna make the look really come together. Okay guys, so don't laugh at me, but here I'm trying to do the beauty guru routine of showing you different angles of the look, hoping that you can focus on the eye. Eventually I will get better, and so will my helpers here get better at filming close-ups and what have you. It's going to take a while to learn that type of thing, but you can see the eyes are very well ended, that it sparkles. And I just love this look. My hair was banging this day.
All right, HoneyPots, I hope you guys enjoyed that particular tutorial. I know it was a lot of fun creating it. I played and I played and I played in makeup for the last few days, and I brought this one to you because it was my favorite look that I came up with. So on that note, I hope that you will subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Definitely give us a thumbs up if you liked it. Always comment down below, because I really enjoy reading the comments. Even if it's a critique, even if it's a share, which I really enjoy people making comments and sharing some little tips of the trades, little hacks that they may have, what you like, what you don't dislike. It helps build a community, and that's the whole reason why I'm here, to teach, to be taught, and to build a community. And last but not least, HoneyPots, stay well and stay beautiful. Bye.